In a previous video, we spoke about refinement and how you experience this potency as you refine yourself. And as you refine yourself, that refinement is reflected in all areas of your life. And we can say it's this principle of less is more. And it may sound like a principle or a philosophy, but you experience this experientially, that less is more. And it's that refinement where it's about releasing, letting go of what no longer serves you. And you see that what remains is more essential, more potent, and ultimately you feel lighter as you're letting go of what no longer serves you, what you've outgrown. And what remains is more true, more authentic, more you. You feel this lightness. But it's not a lightness that's fragile. You're light, but you are left with what's essential. And that which is essential is potent. And by experiencing your essence like that, and having that essence expressed and reflected back to you in your life, you experience that lightness as very potent. It's powerful. It also reveals how things that you thought you needed were more of what you wanted. And there's a big difference between what you want and what you need. Your life becomes much more intentional, because your wants falls away and you're left with what you need. And what you need are the essentials. And because you're very intentional about what is essential, what's needed in your life, everything has a purpose. Everything earns its place in your life. It's a purification process. You're decluttering, you're clearing all these areas of your life that then allow more of an authentic expression of you. Your essence is expressed in all areas of your life. It's very light, but powerful. Your business is lightweight. Your friend circle is lightweight. Your home is lightweight. Your meals, your nutrition, your movement is lightweight. It's also multifunctional. It's also intentional. It's also authentic. It's also an expression of you. And you see what I'm trying to express is it becomes an expression of you. This less is more. You see how by having less, by doing less, it's more. It's this simplification process. You've purified the process. Whatever it is, could be creating. Less is more. I come out, I walk in nature, and I simply can shoot 3 to 5 videos as I walk in the forest for an hour. And what I accomplish in an hour is what others require a whole week to do. Hello.
Hey.
And that's the potency that I'm speaking of. Less is more. I don't need some big production. There's no lights and big camera and tripod and big microphone and soundboard and computer and, staging and production crew. None of that. So it's this purification process that then allows the essence to be transmitted, because everything that's unnecessary has fallen away. And you see how actually that which was unnecessary is a sort of weight. So when you simplify your process, when you simplify your life, what you're left with is less, but it actually is more potent. And allows more of that essence to be expressed. Whether it's decluttering your closet, and all of a sudden you clear your closet and you downsize, maybe 50%, 70%. The clothing that remains, or perhaps you clear the space to start a new wardrobe, that wardrobe is going to be more intentional and more purposeful, more multifunctional, and it will be more of an authentic expression of you. Each item, each piece of clothing, each garment will earn its place in your wardrobe. Or your office, same sort of thing. You declutter your office, and that space has more order. It has more hierarchy. It's more functional, and it's more of a reflection of you. It's more refined. That's another example. Could be your friend circle. Instead of filling your life with all of these friends where it takes so much effort to reach out to people, and you see how much energy you're spending to try and connect with others through your outreach, you see that actually letting go of those friends, not because you're kicking people out, but actually you have to realize how much energy you're expending to maintain those relationships. And when you see that, when you stop actually expending that energy, when you stop reaching out to them, actually a lot of those relationships naturally fall away. And the relationships that remain are the relationships that are more true, more authentic, that mirror back your essence to you. So these are 3 different examples of how less is more, right? Less clothes, less, what do we say, just clutter or items in your office, tools in your office, less friends, but yet you're experiencing more of a potency, more of an intensity in your life. And it's also this lightness that you feel, that because you're lighter, because you've let go of things that you've outgrown, things that no longer serve you, you've outgrown things that hold you back because they're so tight and restrictive and limiting, you're now experiencing more freedom. More freedom. You can express yourself more in these different areas of your life. And that's that lightness of being liberated from your own limitations. That lightness is then expressed in all those different areas of your life. And you see how much of a prison it felt like before, being so trapped in those things that weren't really serving you, but instead were owning you. And that's something that you can experience in your life with your possessions. Do you possess them, or do they possess you? And you come to realize that very quickly through the process of letting go. If it feels like you can't let go of it, you can question that. Why is this so hard to let go of? And 10 out of 10 times it's because there's an identity there. It's not really about the item that you can't let go of, but it's about the identification with it and how that it's all entangled in this identity. Anyways, as you let go of that identity, as that identity is stripped through this simplification, through this purification, what happens over time, it's not overnight, is something more pure, something more potent, something more intense. It's sort of like a soup. When you cook a soup, you can't rush making a soup. When you're cooking a soup, a good soup takes time, right? Because it's really the refinement of that soup. It's how you intensify the flavors. You can't cook a soup in 30 minutes. I mean, you can, but it won't taste the same as a soup that's cooked for 6 hours, right? Because that type of flavor, that intensity, that concentration, it happens through that process of refinement, right? It's very similar. It's that slow simmer where you see the flavors mingle and they're concentrated and they intensify, and you're building that flavor profile that can only be achieved through that slow process. Like that, this refinement doesn't happen overnight. You can't just snap your fingers and say, oh, I'm going to refine myself, and all of a sudden, you know, your life is the reflection of that refinement. It's a slow process. It takes time. It's like that slow simmering soup that that through that simmering, the excess evaporates, right? And then what's remaining is not less in a negative way, but more concentrated, more pure, more potent, more intense, right? That which is essential remains when the excess has been removed. And like that, you experience that slow simmer in the fire of transformation. Through this fire of transformation, it doesn't happen overnight, but this slow simmer is refining you, intensifying you, so that something more concentrated, more pure, more potent is what remains. And ultimately, your life becomes a reflection of your refinement. If you're ready for this refinement that I speak of, if you're not looking for a shortcut, but want to walk with me in truth, so that you too can experience the fire of transformation and be left with something more pure, essential, potent, and intense, which is then reflected to you in your life, then I invite you to join me on the journey of truth.